with Funditech, the private area is in process. In relation with the presence in social network, we have Facebook, also Flick, and is pending the creation of the blog that will be done as soon as the technical article will be done. And also with the action in YouTube, I think we can begin after this meeting because we have now some audiovisual material. The newsletter, I told you, is already done, the first newsletter, and the publication we thought to do this week because it was the deadline we had, but we will do the next week. Now, in relation of the deviation, some elements do not meet the requirement established in the corporate identity manual, but we think is a characteristic of an initial period of implement of the corporate identity manual. I will appreciate you keep a greater contact with the Homer communication team before to produce anything and ask what you need. Another deviation is the dissemination of press release has been lower than expected in some partner regions. This situation is also, I think, because we are in the beginning of the project, and we ask the communication of all the partners for do this as well as possible. The third deviation, the event in Turin and Corsica had not been audiovisually covered. No? I think this is very, very important because there are a lot of people that can't travel and will be very interesting to know what is happening in the meeting. For that, in the next, we will try the video conference and the internal session in the website will be ready. The fourth, video conferencing has not been using the meeting and working group held to date. Jordi told you a moment ago what is happening. We hope in Bologna everything will be ready. And the last one, the contribution of content and the collaboration for social network. This is very, very important. If we don't have content, Facebook, the web page, the newsletter is not useful. For that, we ask, please, to everybody to send to the Homer communication everything you can think could be interesting. This is all. In resume, please, the list of your contact to send the newsletter, and please the content. If everything is, I think is in the first moment, but I am sure you are doing things could be interesting to publish. Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry, just a question. How many contacts do you need? A list of how many contacts from each partner?
As you want. At the moment is to send the newsletter, no? And everyone you think could be interesting.
Okay.
Do you need a different contact list than the one we have already filled in for? Because you asked a few months ago.
Yes, in Turin. We received some of the partners. Maybe yours.
Oh, so from the people that
yes,
you have the press
yes,
list,
we have some. Okay, thank you very much.
I would like to add that the press release can be translated in English in order to have this press release notes in the website or in the newsletter. for each press release, we translate the press release note and have it in English. So it's some material that can be used for social networks and all these things.
Yeah. But are in which language?
I think he means the press release we had in Greek.
The
Is that what you mean?
the press releases we had 2 days ago, we will translate it in English because it's in Greek, and then you can upload it there.
Yeah, it could be
All
excellent.
the press release meetings,
Yes.
the press release notes can be
Yes.
translated and
Okay, excellent. Very well. I want also to thank the Crete organization, because I don't know the GTS what thing, but I think is everything okay in relation with the communication manual, and also the food and everything had been excellent. Thank you very much.
This was a scope, to be fine. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, just a suggestion. In a workshop, we talk about Twitter user to Homer, because the communication about open data on Twitter is very, very useful. And to communicate with tag Homer and open data is very important for the project. I think so.
There are also two materials we are using these days. Maybe it's useful to purchase one asset that we can assign right now. Yes. We interact on side with
Yes.
the public data professional and technicians.
Okay, we will translate to.
We can see after
We will see. We will think about it. Okay.
Thanks. Now let's go ahead with the work package 3, that actually it can be more detailed, since with the aim to sum up all the dates of these 2 days of workshop.
Okay. Yes. So. No, okay. Yes, let's go quickly through the deadlines and the next steps that we agreed upon during the last 2 days of the workshop. You're watching on the screen the more generic Gantt chart. Just shows the interactions and the beginning and end of the tasks of Homer. I will outline the main points of agreement, and then I would like the rapporteurs to complement me with whatever I might have left out, if anything. So, yes. As you can see on this Gantt chart, we start with a socioeconomic study, and this is a task that really occupied most of our time in the last 2-3 days. And there we have the most detailed list of deliverables and deadlines and next steps. So we'll start with this one. There was a lot of progress in reshaping the questionnaire and improving it and making it cover the needs of everybody. So I think we have set the following deadlines for the questionnaire. That's going to be the main input to the socioeconomic study. The dates are as follows. In 1 week from now, approximately on the 12th of, in approximately 1 week from now, on the 12th of October 2012, we have the deadline for sending to our Cypriot partners any remaining comments that we may have on the questionnaire, things we didn't have the opportunity to discuss or elaborate upon as much as we would like. However, may I remind you that at this level, we're not talking about drastic changes, because we have shaped collaboratively the questionnaire, so this should be minor remarks rather than major suggestions for major changes, okay? So just keep that in mind. The Cypriot partners will have to integrate all comments as was agreed upon until the 19th of October, on which date they are obliged to publish online the questionnaire. So we will have one more week for translations from volunteers, and after that, I'm not quite certain as to the fourth deadline. We mentioned about leaving a sample period for case studies or pilot completions. I'm not sure whether there was 1 week right now, or so it goes up to the 12th of November or not. Yeah, well, practically that's the end of October. No, I mean, 1 week is for people sending you the last comments. 1 week is for processing and publishing. 1 week, that's the third week, is for translations of the published version into other languages from volunteers. That leads us to 26th of October. That's 3 weeks from now. And then I think there was 1 more week for some people to complete it as a pilot completion, so that you can get some final input from the completion, from the actual completion process.
Please know that by the end of November, the last week, not end, 1 week before the end of November, we have to get all the feedback from the questionnaires, because then we won't have time to analyze the data.
Well, in that case, we're going to ask people to complete the questionnaire, give you some feedback on right after you publish it, which is going to be the 19th. That's the only way that we can finish on the 26th, which is 1 week before the end of November. And I'm not insisting that this is a guideline, I'm just asking because I remember we discussed it. The fourth one, I have this ambiguity.
No,
which
you're
is
right.
logical after 5 hours of negotiating the questionnaire.
No, you're right. We didn't decide the fourth deadline.
All right.
But we need to have the results from the questionnaires on the third week of November. The final results, I mean, the results from the stakeholders, from the data providers, owners, they have to complete it until the third week of November. Because
No, we're not talking about that right now.
yeah, I mean, I know, but keep in mind that we have to have
So
the
you need
zone,
at
we
least
need-
1 month
yes.
to be completely ready before the...
Yes, that's right.
All right. Okay, agreed. We also agreed that during all this time, each and every partner will be starting the search and the hunt for stakeholders which are within reach and where we have contacts through our networking, people that may fill those questionnaires. We are hoping for a target of 50 samples per region, 50 questionnaires per region, which means 50 stakeholders per region, basically.
Suggested.
It's a suggestive and rather ambitious target. It was mentioned as a number yesterday, and it's actually the threshold for obtaining something of accepted statistical significance, although on second thought, the people that did those studies and had the 600 questions obviously had a different budget for those studies. So I would not like to retract that goal of 50 questionnaires right now. However, let's make it an effort to a desirable objective rather than not something that's mandatory. So we will all do as best as we can, and possibly we will have some cases where one region might get 70 questionnaires and compensate for another region that will not be able to get as many. Yes.
50 stakeholders or 50 stakeholders and data users? Probably 50
In
for...
total, we said
50.
Altogether.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I meant altogether. And we should also not exclude the private companies that might have activity with data. It might be, interesting to hear their point of view. So I think I have said all, and after this is all done, by the end of October, we should start filling in the questionnaires because we have approximately 1 month. So from the end of October to the end of November, we would like to have the questionnaires completed because otherwise it will be very hard for Cyprus to meet the deadline of completing the socioeconomic study by its end date. Now, regarding the, I'm going to go to the focus groups, which start a little bit earlier. We heard today a very good explanation regarding the proposed action and some interesting ideas about how this is going to go with the focus group. The action is just starting, basically. And our partner from Sardinia said that you will send us within 1 week a questionnaire that will help you structure your research on how you are going to approach the various programs and obtain contact points within those programs, right?
We could send all the partners this questionnaire by the 15th of this month. So give us a week, and then it will be the next Monday. And at the same time, we will try to share among the focus group leaders and the model for the assessment.
Model for what?
For the assessment, the project assessment. So we will have two
okay. It's great. Yeah.
documents.
Even better. All right. About 3.2, I would like you to to fill in because I'm not sure whether we set any deadlines for anything. We had a thorough session where we actually focused on the technology and we explained the technical aspect of 3.2, which required a little time to get the message through, and understand how all of this is going to cooperate in a federation. But I'm not sure we did set any strict deadlines for something. Or maybe we don't.
I don't think we set any deadline so far.
For 3.2?
For 3.2, yeah.
Yes.
Do we need these deadlines to be fixed? In a very short time, at least.
I would, how about in, say, 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now, you send us a bullet list of how you envisage this thing to, what do you think of the next steps regarding partner feedback, and give us some next steps in a bullet list form, so that we have an idea how this goes and in what timings and when we would be required to give some feedback or implement something that, yes. All right?
Okay.
I think we should have done that. So, and finally, 3.3, as you see, is the furthest in the timeline. It starts very late. And the reason for that is because we, as we discussed yesterday, it's the work package that, it's the task that is getting feedback from almost every other task in work package 3, as well as most packages of tasks of work package 5. So basically constructing an action plan means constructing a strategy for the future, and in order to do something for the future, you need to have a very good knowledge of the present. And the present is basically assessment that's happening in all other work packages. So we cannot really set any, firm dates for that right now. What we agreed, however, upon 3.3 was that the decentralized region of Crete will forward to all partners and all regions specifically that are under the obligation to do the action plan a table of contents which reflects our idea of what should be in those action plans. This table of contents, of course, is open up for amendments, revisions, completions, and comments. So we are going to do that also until the 15th of October to coincide with the date that Sardinia partners will also send their document. And I think this sums it up.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it's very clear and is summarizing all the main outputs of these 2 days of workshop. Now let me invite the Work Package 5 leader, Eric. Thanks.
Luca, sorry. Luca, may I ask you just one thing before we go on? I would like to have some information about Montenegro, because in the work package 3.4 we have to deal with them, of course. So can you give us the situation?
Yeah, of course. According to the latest information, Elsa, correct me if I'm wrong, according to Montenegro estimation, they are supposed to finalize and solve their issues within the end of December. Am I right? They have, please.
Barbara or Sofia, I don't know, because we wanted to have some updates about Montenegro situation. Thank you.
Well, at that point, we are waiting for the signature of the financial agreement by Montenegro. It's already been signed by the Commission and the Management Authority of the MED program, and we hope that it will be fine at the least at the end of the month. But that's not for sure, because that was ready for signature, but they found a mistake, because it was written Republic of Montenegro. It's not the right name of the country, so they have to rewrite all the document, just putting Montenegro, and probably it will be fine at the end of the month, or at least at the end of the year.
Good, thank you. Work package 5?
Yes,
Ready.
I'm ready. I present the news for work package 5, work in progress. The definition of the composition of work group are defined, and you can see on an Excel file in Dropbox for the moment, because the intranet for Homer Seat is not disponible, is not open. You can see the composition of work group by topic, by focus, and this composition, the objective is to complete and define the final composition in October this month. You can see on this presentation the composition of a group upgrade today. I talk about the action plan for October and November. It's to finalize the composition of our group. You can see the Excel file, and to define expert, responsible, and beginner participant of each work group by topic. The idea is to complete, identify the standard and norms by topic, and to arrange these standard and norms by must, should, and may. The objective is to complete and identify the best practice by topic, and the last objective is to identify by topic the partners tool which could be used from open data platform Homer on open source distribution. Today we talk about the two proposals. The first is about region Piedmont, and the second by Greek University of Greece, to make a toolkit. And the first element of this toolkit was contribution of Piedmont, contribution of University of Crete, but there is potentially all other contribution if you have tools disponible and accessible in open source distribution. It's all over for this presentation. You can find on this slide all over the subject of the work package 5, the 4 topic and subtopic and work group. I can show you a timeline is important because there is a little shift on this timeline. Excuse me. There is a little shift of this timeline on the definition of the first timeline for the project Homer. And it's necessary to coordinate this timeline with the timeline of work package 3. The objective is to define a delivery, the state of art and technical guideline for January, and is to make a toolkit in February or March, make a toolkit compatible with technical guideline. And for June or July is to deliver a complete platform compatible with Homer technical specification. This first platform is for Corsica Open Data project, but it's possible to give this platform for pilot A or pilot B or all other partners for the project. It's good?
I think it should be enough. So thank you very much.
Because I see somebody using the computer with the presentations, is it possible to have them in a state to them
Yes.
together?
Yes.
Yes, I will go or you have to find me after we finish.
Yes.
Not to disturb anymore. And we collect it in one place.
It's finished for my presentation.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Eric. I think now that from what were the points in the agenda, we almost reached the end. Of course, if there are any other business that any of you wants to discuss and to put on the tables, is the right moment to go ahead with that one. Does anybody has any other questions, comments, additional remarks? Please.
We set as a date for completing the questionnaires, not us, the stakeholders, the 50 stakeholders, the 26th of 1 month after the finalization of the questionnaires. So if the questionnaires are finalized by the 26th of October, the goal is to have them filled by the stakeholders and the data users by the 26th of November, which is 1 month later. And that's what's being suggested by the Cyprus partners. I just want to make sure that everyone's okay with that.
Sorry, this can be a sensitive issue again. Please repeat it again.
Yes. We said that the questionnaires will be completed by the 26th, finalized by the 26th of October. And the goal is to have 1 month for the stakeholders to fill them in. So this means that we will have all the samples that we need fulfilled by the stakeholders and the data users by the 26th of November. It's about 1 month. So is everyone okay with that? It is important that we stick to a